Holy cow! This is freaking unbelievable. I mean, it's almost too good to be true because something really weird with AMC is you you see the signs, you see everything already written on the wall, but the share price is doing a total opposite. It's going a total opposite direction of where it is supposed to go. But let me share with you why you should not be focusing on that because that is manipulated. That is done on purpose to actually derail people from the truth that is about to happen here or that even already start happening. Because we had news today that Ray Dalio from Bridgewater Associates Fund sold its Tesla stock last quarter and placed new bets on GameStop and AMC. Well, you may have heard this from other YouTubers, but the reality is there is something here that many people are missing, and this is why I believe this is really interesting. Why? Because the guy not only sold Tesla stock as of last quarter, but he also bought GameStop and AMC or rebought because he already bought and was holding shares of GameStop a couple of years ago, and this is something we need to pay attention to. Bridgewater, that is the fund he created, has never disclosed an AMC stock and hasn't reported a GameStop stake since 2018. Since 2018. So to tell you kind of how big of a deal this is, let's go back a little bit to who Ray Dalio is. So if we do a quick Google search, so this is Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio, picture guy. And then about Raymond Thomas Dalio is an American billionaire, investor, and hedge fund manager who has served as a co-chief investment officer of the world's largest hedge fund since 1987. He founded Bridgewater in 1975 in New York. So the guy is worth $22 billion himself. So can you imagine how even bigger the fund he manages is? I mean, it's literally said that this is the world's largest hedge fund. So why the heck the world's largest hedge fund will dump Tesla stock, which is one of the, if not the most, among the most valuable companies in the world. So even though Tesla stock has been, on the downtrend lately, it will make sense because when you compare the further upsides, if you compare the next upsides coming into a stock like Tesla with this given environment, because it's still a high growth stock, all right? And you compare this with the money to be made in a stock like GameStop and AMC, it does make a lot of sense why they will do this move, all right? So Dalio's founder, he was owning 27,500 Tesla shares worth $27 million at the end of December. And he held of those since, the fourth quarter of 2021. But that changed the last quarter. And he actually now disclosing 4,000 GameStop shares and 27,000 shares of AMC stock. Remember, this is where it gets very interesting. The fund owned as many as 3 million GameStop shares in March 2018. That was way before this whole thing started. And that position was worth $40 million at the time. It would have briefly been valued at $1.5 billion at the height of the short squeeze on the meme stock in January 2021. He disclosed another AMC stock, so the total value was around $25 billion last quarter. So he may have missed what happened in GameStop and AMC, and given that this is the world's largest hedge fund in the world, this is what I think is happening. Because of what is coming and where the economy is headed towards when it comes to inflation, when it comes to supply chain issues, when it comes to, how high growth sectors will behave and react to this new economic scheme. I shared with you a couple of days ago and a couple of weeks ago that it's been 20 years. It's been 20 years that the market has been operating on low interest rates, and that is about to change. And because it's about to change, people that are smart at managing money, like this guy, are already positioning themselves to make sure they will switch strategies. What used to work then will not work now. So maybe the amount of money that he put here may not be as heavy as you will think, But here's how smart money moves. They don't go all in at the time. They don't go all in the first time. They dip the toes because this might go back down. This might go down to $9. This might go back down to $8 before the run really starts. So to me, I mean, even though I'm losing on some of my positions because I have a total of 3 positions in 2 different accounts with AMC, I'm still holding very, very tight to my shares, especially after hearing news like this, because it does make sense. It does make sense that we are getting closer and closer. Just a matter of time, folks. I told you, no way the short sellers get out of this without being crushed. No way.